Big news coming in from Mumbai. BCCI have announced the squad for India's upcoming tour to Bangladesh, and the big takeaway, especially in the test squad, is the return of Harbhajan Singh. Let's just take a look at the 15 men who will be representing India in the test team. Most of the side looks on the expected lines, except for the fact that there is no Jadeja, and Harbhajan Singh has been given a place. KL Rahul, Pujara are there in the middle order as well. Virat Kohli, of course, will captain the test squad after MS Dhoni's retirement. Vijay Dhawan are the openers. Karan Sharma also retains his spot along with pacers Bhuvi, Yadav, Aaron and Ishant Sharma. Let's also take a quick look at the ODI team. Now, this is where one was expecting perhaps some changes to come into effect. It was rumored that a lot of the senior players would want rest, but it's a full side. It's a full strength side. Dhoni will captain the ODI team. Virat Kohli is available, Rohit Sharma, Rahane, Dhawan, Raina, Raidu, all of them part of the ODI setup. Ashwin and Jadeja and Akshar Patel are the spinners. Bhuvi, Yadav, Mohit Sharma, Stuart Binnie and Kulkarni, Dhaval Kulkarni are the pacers in the team. Let me quickly go across to Saurav Ganguly, who's joining us from Kolkata. In the studio with me, Nikhil Chopra and our consulting editor, Boria Majumdar as well. Saurav, but Harbhajan makes a comeback. You had spoken to Headlines yesterday saying he deserves a test spot, and that's exactly what's happened.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm not surprised by that because, as I said yesterday, the spin is a very important area in India's armory, and the spinners haven't done well for a while overseas, and I think that's the reason Harbhajan Singh has come back, and I hope he utilizes his opportunity well. He's been in terrific form in the IPL, but IPL and Test cricket are two completely different platforms. I wish him all the luck, and hopefully he comes back successful from the tour of Bangladesh.
Of course, Harbhajan Singh had spoken to the media before the selection and said he's desperate to come back and play for the team. Saurav, this is just one test. Do you think this can be the beginning of a return for Harbhajan Singh? What does he need to do in that one test to be part of the, future scheme of the Indian team?
Well, it's simple, isn't it? Bowl well and pick wickets. That's what he needs to do. He's a competitor, as you saw last night. When it comes to big games, he stands up and delivers and produces match-winning performances. The wickets of Suresh Raina and Mahendra Singh Dhoni turned the game around for Mumbai Indians yesterday night. So when you pick players like Harbhajan, you expect them to produce match-winning performance, not just take wickets, but take wickets at important times, which turns the game, and that's how good teams are, and that's how good teams win cricket matches. He's done that in the past. He's done that in the past for India when he was younger. The only thing what is required is for Virat Kohli to handle him properly, to allow him to settle down. He should not come into a setup where it should be that one game. If you do well, then the next one. If you do well, the next one, then another one. I don't think it should be worked that way, and I'm sure Virat Kohli will not do that. I know he's backing Harbhajan, otherwise he wouldn't have been in the side. I hope he gets a fair opportunity and a bit of breathing space to settle down with the pressure that you have to perform well. I think that's for everyone, and I don't think it shouldn't change for Harbhajan Singh.
That's exactly what I meant, because this is just one test match. Boria, do you think he's firmly back in the scheme of things as far as the selectors are concerned, and they're willing to give him a longer run?
I do. I at least hope I do. Harbhajan Singh deserves a longer run. If you see what has happened to Indian spin over the last 3 years overseas, no wickets whatsoever. Even in the fourth innings, we have struggled to get batters out. Ravindra Jadeja, Ravichandran Ashwin. Harbhajan Singh has done that in the past, so why not? In fact, I would even not be surprised if doors open up for him in the World T20 next year in India, because he's done exceptionally well in the IPL. He's very much, contributing with the bat as well, so why not? Harbhajan Singh is a competitor, and I wish him all the luck. I'm also intrigued and about the Suresh Raina selection. In fact, I think this is a major set, a pattern now, that Suresh Raina test match cricket, it may well be the doors for him. You don't perform overseas. Saurav has been talking about this for the longest time. Is it doors closed for Suresh Raina as far as test cricket is concerned?
Yes, it was kind of expected that he won't find that spot in the test squad. Of course, he's there in the one-day setup. Just carrying on to talk about Harbhajan Singh, big comeback for him. Remember, there is the set of seniors like Virendra Sehwag, Gambhir, Yuvraj, Harbhajan, Zahir, not so much. He's quite older now. But these guys have been trying to come back into the team, and Harbhajan seems to be the first one who's managed to do that. Perhaps maybe the only one in some time to come. But Nikhil, what has been so impressive about Harbhajan of what you've seen in the IPL?
Well, at least, he's been consistently, Shivani, been picking up wickets, the intensity, he's been bowling in good areas. I think the most important thing is the ball's coming out very good, out of the hand, and he looks much confident, the body language is good. He's not getting carted away for runs. And the way he's got the wickets, I know 2 different platforms, Test cricket and the T20 format, but it's how you're taking wickets. Is he beating the batsman? Is he troubling the batsman? Yes, he is. And, he's consistently done well. And the opportunities or the number of games that he's played in domestic circuit, a lot of people would say that he hasn't picked up a 5 or 7 wicket haul. But
yeah, his domestic performance actually has been quite underwhelming, isn't it?
But the difference has been, he's been playing on green tracks with, seam friendly, especially the games playing at Mohali, he's playing for Punjab. Home advantage, they've always looked to prepare seaming tracks. So what does a spinner do? So he's been picking up those 2-2, 3-3 wickets. He's been getting the breakthroughs for the side. But the bulk of the wickets for the Punjab side have come because of the medium pacers, the kind of tracks that you've been preparing. So he's been amongst wickets, he's been amongst runs as well.
Right.
So he's at least been playing cricket consistently over a period of time. And we've always been saying, you just keep biting at the heels of whoever's in front of you and the opportunity will come.
Right.
This time it has come, and Shivani, I hope he grabs it with both hands.
Harbhajan Singh, of course, was one of our experts during the recently concluded 2015 World Cup, and you could sense every day that he's, aiming to come back into the team. Saurav, what do you make of the overall selection, though, for the test? It's only one test, but the likes of KL Rahul, Pujara, Saha, and Karan Sharma has been kept in the test squad as well.
I think KL Rahul has selected his own position after getting that 100 in Sydney. It was a fabulous 100 in the test match in Australia, and I think he's a player for the future. He's got fantastic technique against genuine fast bowling at the top of the order, and obviously he deserved a place in the squad. Shekhar Dhawan, I thought, was lucky to be in the test team. That's an area what the selectors need to have a look, and also Karan Sharma. Karan Sharma selection, I don't think the selectors tampered with the side too much what went to Australia. I think that at some stage they'll have to look at Pragyan Oja. I don't know how he's bowling with his new action, because I think he can be a very good test bowler overseas because he's accurate. It requires different skills when you go to England and Australia and South Africa, and different skills when you bowl on turning pitches in India. So I think at some stage Pragyan Oja needs to be looked at, and I think it's not just about selecting players. I think with the new board coming in, with the new system coming in, I think there has to be a system to find a way to get these players better. The likes of Karan Sharma, Piyush Chawla, Pragyan Oja, Ravichandran Ashwin, Ravindra Jadeja, Akshar Patel. You have to find a system to get them better and improve, because that's how you're going to become a good test team or a one-day team over a period of time.
Absolutely. Bora, it's quite clear that the board has resisted the temptation or even the pressure to rest some of the seniors. It's more or less a full strength squad in both departments, and that's an indication of how seriously they're taking this tour, if not just for the opposition, but also as a road ahead for the future.
Correct, and aren't you and I glad? I mean, what's happened with Pakistan recently in the Bangladesh tour? Saurav and I were actually meeting in Calcutta a couple of days back, and he said if players are rested, Pakistan was smashed by Bangladesh, and you don't underestimate Bangladesh at their own backyard. I mean, you do that and you pay. So that's what has paid off. I mean, the BCCI has taken note of that. I mean, Bangladesh is a very, very good side in their home conditions at this point in time, and the BCCI clearly sending out a message. Shivani, 3 things. 1, when have you last seen a press conference at the end of a selection committee meeting? 2, players not being rested despite so many rumors that players want to sort of, take a break, etc. 3, I mean, all of these factors, Harbhajan Singh making a comeback, Ravindra Jadeja out of the team, Suresh Raina out of the team. This is the new BCCI dispensation talking, and I really hope this betters Indian cricket going forward.
Yeah, Bora alluding to a lot of things there. Saurav, have things changed for the better in the BCCI and the way it's functioning?
I leave that for Boria to make a statement and talk about it. I'm only worried about the cricket. That's what matters to me, and hopefully they will go forward with their game. I've always said, and I've always believed for the last 3 or 4 years, that it's not just about the national team. It's about everything which is happening around the national team, the A side, and the development of players. I think once that process is started and it's persisted over 3 or 4 years, I think you will see the results in Indian cricket.
But aren't you glad with what has happened, like the interaction that has happened today, doors open for some of the seniors, perhaps selection on not just giving a long row, but on true performances. Your name is circulating, Saurav, as we keep talking about. You could be part of this setup very soon. Aren't you happy with the way things are going?
I will not answer your first part about being a part of the setup. The second is, I think whether I'm happy or not, it's too early to say. We will just be going to Bangladesh, and even if we win in Bangladesh, it will not be a yardstick for judgment of how good we are. Let's give this team a little bit of time. It's a young team. I thought they did well in Australia, although they lost the series 2-0. They showed a lot of fight than what we saw in the previous Test series in Australia and England since 2011. Where we just kept losing 4-0 and 4-0 in 3 days and 3.5 days. And to see the way Virat Kohli played in Melbourne, to see the way Virat Kohli played in Adelaide and in Sydney, I think there are some good signs. But this has to be taken forward. A way has to be found to make sure that the likes of Karan Sharma, the likes of KL Rahul and a lot of those young players keep getting better and not get stagnant at this stage of their career. India will play a lot of series at home. In the next 1.5 years, this will be a good opportunity for everyone to make sure that this team is developed during that period. So by the time they start going to England again and Australia again after a year or year and a half, they are a strong side, and more so they have the bowlers to pick 20 wickets. That is very, very important. I think that's one area which needs to be really looked after. And if the likes of Varun Aaron, Ishant Sharma, Mohammad Shami and some of the other young guys around are looked after, and given the right guidance of how to pick wickets in international cricket. It's not just about being fit, it's not just about running up and bowling fast, it's about knowing how to pick wickets at test level, which is most important, because even Jimmy Anderson bowls at 140 and Varun Aaron bowls at 140. But why does Jimmy Anderson pick more wickets than Varun Aaron? Because he knows the art of keeping pressure. And I think once all these things are put in place, hopefully Indian cricket will find a way to get back to what they were a few years ago.
Very well said, Saurav. In fact, that was going to be my next question. India is playing at home for a considerable period of time. This is the start of a new era. It was if it was only makeshift during the Australian series, now Virat is the captain of the Test side and perhaps will be for a long time to come. And as you mentioned, grooming young players, is he the man who can do that? He himself is very young right now, some very articulate, wears his heart on his sleeve. Is he the right man to take a young team and some of the seniors to the future?
Yeah, absolutely. I think he is the right man to take the Indian Test cricket forward, but he needs to be supported as well. It's not just about the captain and his team, it's about the entire people around him. As an individual, he also has to find a way to compartmentalize captaincy and batting, because he's not only the captain of the side but probably the best batsman in that side. So his runs will also be a huge difference to the side. Many a times in the past, captains, with the pressure of captaincy, with the amount of work they have to do, selection, media, answering questions, developing players, looking after them, make sure that they are in good frame of mind, you get so mentally tired at the end of the day that you don't actually transform your talent into match winning runs in the middle. So I think that's one area where Virat Kohli has to be very careful, and that's one area where he has to be supported by people around him, so that he gets into a situation where he can concentrate on his game, because at the end of the day, runs and wickets win cricket matches.
Maybe that's one area where you can help him a lot, Saurav, as an advisor.
Shivani, my contract with you is not over. I still have a few years left. Why do you want me to go?
No, as an advisor, you won't have to travel too much, but you can be in touch with the players. We don't want to lose you for sure. Boria, you wanted to come in?
No, you said I was alluding to a number of things. Saurav has alluded to at least 200 things in the last few statements that he's made. And as advisor, probably we will lose him, Shivani, if he's hands-on. So that's going to happen. Make no mistake, that's going to happen in the next 10 days or so. So Saurav Ganguly's inputs for Indian cricket are extremely valuable, and he made some fantastic points there. This is not about winning at home. Winning at home, Saurav keeps saying, you toss it to the spinners, they'll win you. Unless a team wins international cricket matches overseas, you will always be, labelled as a team that has underperformed. That's where Indian cricket needs to get back on track. Maybe it's Bangladesh, but it's an overseas series, and maybe the resurrection can start now.
Absolutely, it's not going to be a trial by fire for Virat Kohli. This is a good period for him to get set as in the role of the Test captain and get an understanding of his team, decide what he wants to do for the future before the big tours come. Let's shift our focus to the ODI team as well. Nikhil, good to see that all of the senior players are going.
Absolutely. I personally felt that they should go. Bangladesh has been very competitive against the Pakistan side, and you got a decent enough break as well. And this is an opportunity, Shivani, when you get to represent your nation. I know that they've been playing a lot of cricket, but playing for India is why you initially started playing cricket. So don't forget that. And I think in between, you've got enough time for the break that you need. And 3 one-days is not asking a lot.
Absolutely. Of course, Raina has a spot here. There's Raidu, Ashwin, Jadeja, Akshar Patel. Saurav has been quite impressive, isn't it? I mean, he can bat a bit, and you were quite impressed with him to find a spot in the team, in the ODI squad, Akshar Patel.
Yeah, I think he's done well for India in whatever opportunities he's got in ODI cricket. He was a part of the World Cup, but he didn't get to play much. I think he's a good find, but with him, what we saw last season in the IPL and what we saw in the second season of IPL, there has been a change in performance. And that's happened to a lot of players. You come in the first year where people hardly know about you and you're at the top of your game, but once they start knowing you, obviously life becomes a lot difficult, as it's happened to Ajanta Mendes of Sri Lanka. When they saw him for the first season, and then when he came back next season, he got dropped in 6 months' time. So I think that's where the test of Akshar Patel will come in. How he keeps getting better, how he keeps improving his skills and continue to surprise batsmen at that level. I think he's got an ability. I think his ability is more of a bowler than as a batsman. But he's just started his career. If he works on his batting and gets better at number 7, number 8, if he gives 30-40 runs in all conditions, not just in India, but in all conditions, I think he'll be an asset to the side.
Big news coming in from Mumbai. BCCI have announced the squad for India's upcoming tour to Bangladesh, and the big takeaway, especially in the Test squad, is the return of Harbhajan Singh. Let's just take a look at the 15 men who will be representing India in the Test team. Most of the side looks on the expected lines, except for the fact that there is no Jadeja, and Harbhajan Singh has been given a place. KL Rahul, Pujara are there in the middle order as well. Virat Kohli, of course, will captain the Test squad after MS Dhoni's retirement. Vijay Dhawan are the openers. Karan Sharma also retains his spot along with pacers.
Really different platforms. I wish him all the luck, and hopefully he comes back successful from the tour of Bangladesh.
Of course, Harbhajan Singh had spoken to the media before the selection and said he's desperate to come back and play for the team. Saurav, this is just one test. Do you think this can be the beginning of a return for Harbhajan Singh? What does he need to do in that one test to be part of the future scheme of the Indian team?
Well, it's simple, isn't it? Bowl well and pick wickets. That's what he needs to do. He's a competitor, as you saw last night. When it comes to big games, he stands up and delivers and produces match-winning performances. The wickets of Suresh Raina and Mahendra Singh Dhoni turned the game around for Mumbai Indians yesterday night. So when you pick players like Harbhajan, you expect them to produce match-winning performance, not just take wickets, but take wickets at important times, which turns the game. And that's how good teams are, and that's how good teams win cricket matches. He's done that in the past. He's done that in the past for India when he was younger. The only thing what is required is for Virat Kohli to handle him properly.
Bhuvi Yadav, Aaron and Ishant Sharma. Let's also take a quick look at the ODI team. Now, this is where one was expecting perhaps some changes to come into effect. It was rumored that a lot of the senior players would want rest, but it's a full side. It's a full strength side. Dhoni will captain the ODI team. Virat Kohli is available. Rohit Sharma, Rahane, Dhawan, Raina, Raidu, all of them part of the ODI setup. Ashwin and Jadeja and Akshar Patel are the spinners. Bhuvi Yadav, Mohit Sharma, Stuart Binnie and Kulkarni, Dhaval Kulkarni are the pacers in the team. Let me quickly go across to Saurav Ganguly, who's joining us from Kolkata. In the studio with me, Nikhil Chopra, and our consulting editor, Boria Majumdar as well. Saurav, But Harbhajan makes a comeback. You had spoken to Headlines Today yesterday saying he deserves a test spot, and that's exactly what's happened.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm not surprised by that because, as I said yesterday, the spin is a very important area in India's armory, and the spinners haven't done well for a while overseas, and I think that's the reason Harbhajan Singh has come back, and I hope he utilizes his opportunity well. He's been in terrific form in the IPL, but IPL and Test cricket are two